Hello and welcome to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting into today's top stories, an investigation conducted by the Jefferson County Attorney's Office finds Henry County Sheriff Deputy Carlos Lopez used appropriate force in the officer-involved shooting of December 3rd. The male caller is also charged with domestic abuse. Investigators utilized 911 call and radio audio, body camera recordings, photographic evidence, and transcripts/reports of DCI interviews to make this determination. The investigation report submitted by Jefferson County Attorney Chauncey Moulding substantiates a number of claims from both officials and Shoemaker. Stephen Lowell contacted Henry County Dispatch shortly after 10 p.m. December 3rd due to Samantha Shoemaker holding him at gunpoint. Mount Pleasant Police and Henry County Deputy Carlos Lopez arrived just over 2 minutes into Lowell's call with the dispatch. The front door remained locked and neither Shoemaker nor Lowell responded when officers attempted to make contact. Lovell escaped through a bathroom window. The report states that Lopez's body camera footage shows his perspective of a hand pointing a gun out of the window, following Lovell's exit as Shoemaker shouts, "I will shoot you." Lopez shouts "hands" at Shoemaker 7 times over 4 seconds, and Shoemaker retained possession of the gun. He then fired 5 times at Shoemaker. He hit her once in the arm wielding the gun. Remaining rounds hit the house and window frame. Lopez then entered the home through the back door and applied a tourniquet to Shoemaker's arm. Lovell has since been charged with simple misdemeanor of domestic abuse, first offense. The District Court of Henry County issued a warrant for Lovell's arrest. He is currently out on a $300 bond. A court date is set for December 21st for Lovell's charges. Charges for an aggravated misdemeanor for domestic abuse with a weapon remain against Shoemaker at this time. The preliminary hearing will happen December 16th at 9 a.m. for these charges. We're going to take a brief break, and when we come back, we will continue with our top stories, as well as have the weather and sports.
Since 1905, Kelowna Cooperative Technology Company has helped our community stay connected with the latest advancements in clear, dependable telecommunications services. KCTC provides rural Iowans with access to high-speed fiber internet, as well as phone, television, computer repair, and cybersecurity solutions. We're also proud supporters of local organizations and area schools within the community. KCTC, keeping Kelowna connected.
At the Capper Auto Group, we put our customers' needs first and understand that everyone is as different as the vehicle they select. We offer new Ford, Chevrolet, Buick, GMC, Jeep, Chrysler, Dodge, and Ram vehicles in a friendly environment that puts you in the driver's seat. When it comes to service, we maintain factory-trained technicians and competitive pricing. The Capper Auto Group still believes that service after the sale provides the best customer experience. Come see the Capper experience for yourself.
Hospice isn't a place, it's a type of care that focuses on living. Servicing a 7-county area, the Hospice of Washington County staff of nurses, social work, hospice aides, spiritual and grief support, volunteers, music and massage therapists are able to provide free end-of-life care where the patient lives. We write wills, give consent for organ donation, but rarely is there a plan for what we would want the final phase of our lives. At Hospice of Washington County, we encourage our patients to be in charge of their healthcare decisions while maintaining quality of life.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. Getting back into today's top stories, a negotiator hired by the city of Brighton has begun meetings with municipal officials, fire department volunteers, and township trustees as the local governments attempt to de-escalate negotiations on the area's fire protection. The mediator, named Patrick Callahan, introduced himself to the parties on Tuesday, seeing trustees from Marion, Clay, Brighton, and Dutch Creek townships at a public meeting and in private talks with firefighters and city officials. Callahan said it was an unusual case due to the nature of the Fire Protection Agreement, also known as the 28E Agreement. The single document spells out terms for every city and township in the affected area, rather than each community making its own agreement. At the public meeting, Callahan asked townships whether they truly needed a new agreement. The reply was a resounding yes. Brighton Township trustee Gordon Shelangowski said the current 28E didn't give townships a say in the city's fire count. Despite the former providing roughly 85% of the funds, a 28 agreement is an operating agreement between two or more government entities. Municipal officials have a different perspective. While Callahan's municipal meetups on Tuesday were not open to the public, Brighton Mayor Melvin Rich has previously said complaints were not ignored, but responses were delayed by red tape and history of bookkeeping errors in the city. Asked what could be done to improve the relationship with the city, trustees said they desperately wanted to see a new fire protection agreement in line with the proposal they sent the city last month. As for the details of a new fire protection agreement, volunteer fire department member Mark Cobb read a prepared statement at the trustee meeting, urging townships to stick with their recently drafted 28E proposal sent to the city of Brighton in late November, where it now awaits review. That proposal, which the city has not yet discussed publicly, calls for the creation of a fire advisory board composed of township trustees, a city representative, and the fire chief. The group would not only provide the city consultation on fire department issues, but would have a considerable say in disputes between the city and its department, including budget disputes. We're going to take another brief break, and when we come back, we will have the weather and sports.
Federation Bank is a locally owned bank providing award-winning customer service. We believe that we are more than just a federation of banks, but a federation of communities, serving Brighton, Richland, Wellman, and Washington, Iowa. Federation Bank's highly skilled staff is here to make sure you are able to accomplish your personal and professional goals, whatever they may be. Federation Bank, your family bank. Family owned and operated by Andy and Sarah Ross. Ross Auto has been your vehicle repair and maintenance headquarters since 1935. We specialize in all makes of cars and light-duty trucks. With our variety of available services, let us help you keep rolling and your vehicle operating efficiently. Services include general auto repair, alignments, brakes, fuel injection, and more. Schedule your appointment today at 319-653-5656. That's 319-653-5656.
Hello and welcome back to Newsbreak. I'm your host, Nick Steffens. It is now time for the weather.
The weather is brought to you by Jacqueline Ariola, LLC.
Come visit Jackie in her new location downtown. She is ready to serve Washington and the surrounding community.
Today, temperatures drop below freezing with the high being 29 and it is cloudy. Tomorrow, the clouds will stick around and temperatures will continue to drop to 24. On Sunday, it will remain 24, although it should be mostly sunny. We will start our work week with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 24, but it will drop down to single digits overnight, and the temperatures will just continue to drop on Tuesday. It'll be partly cloudy with a high of just 20 degrees. That was the weather. It is now time for sports.
Sports, brought to you by Fairway.
The entire college football world was stunned this week as Mississippi State football coach Mike Leach, a former offensive coordinator at Iowa Wesleyan, passed away Monday night following complications from a heart condition. Leach, along with being a highly successful coach from the NAIA to the NCAA Division I level, was known for his outgoing, funny personality and for his infamous rants during media press conferences and interviews. Leach was also known for being one of the most instrumental parts of introducing the air raid offense, which was born at Iowa Wesleyan and is now widely popular today. For those that do not follow football, the air raid offense is equivalent to the development and the invention of flight for human beings. How important was it? Well, here's some stats from a press release from the Iowa Wesleyan University. Dustin DeWalt, the team's quarterback in 1991, still holds almost all the passing records in IW history books. Against Wayne State on October 26, 1991, DeWalt completed 507 passing yards with 7 passing touchdowns, which is also the record for total offensive yards in a game. In the same game, Bruce Carter, a wide receiver for the Tigers, set the record for receiving yards with 216. He also set the record for most receptions in a game with 16, and it tied it on 2 other occasions throughout his career at IW. Against Harding on September 21st that same year, he completed 61 passes out of 86 pass attempts and ran 99 offensive plays. Also in 91, Carter statted 2 more records against Concordia, catching 5 touchdown passes and scoring 30 points. All of these records were earned by running the air raid offense. That is the news for Southeast Iowa. I've been your host, Nick Steffens. This has been your news break, and I will see you next time.